Hi there, my name is Gabby and today I am finally making a video all about my digital illustration process. So I'm going to show you the brushes I use, the steps I take, any little tricks and tips I got for you. Art style and art process is like making a big soup. Maybe I like these colors that this artist used. Maybe I like how this artist does their composition. And I'm just putting things into my soup and I mix it up and it's my own unique soup, but all of the things inside of it are not unique because I didn't invent soup ingredients. I think the same thing goes for art style, so feel free to take whatever you want from this video. I hope it's fun, I hope it's informative. Let's go, class! Woo! I have a 4th generation iPad Air with the Apple Pencil. I haven't used any other drawing tablets, so I really can't compare, but so far so good. Then the app I use is Procreate. I think it's like $10 on the App Store, but it's a one-time purchase. I highly recommend Procreate. I really love it. The actual iPad was a huge investment, whereas the app itself wasn't a huge investment. I must give the warning that I will not be doing a full top to bottom, here's how to use Procreate. The other main tool I use when I'm doing my digital illustrations is Pinterest. I have a bunch of different boards with a bunch of different things that I want to draw. A lot of times I'll just go searching or, I'll just like look at my homepage for ideas. I'm going to sketch out these cherries. Right now I'm using the 6B pencil. So this is Procreate's 6B pencil, and this is the one that I customized a little bit. I basically just took down the amount of taper that the pencil does. That way the lines are a little bit more even and consistent. To customize this brush, all you need to do is go to the Apple Pencil tab and then reduce the size pressure all the way down to 0. Okay, I think this is like a pretty solid little sketch. I found a duck, like a little mother duck with her little ducklings. I think that's cute. I usually work from a chunky pencil to a less chunky pencil. And that kind of just helps me refine my sketch like slower over time. I like to use the erase tool a lot, like to really define where my lines are going, which I feel like is something that is kind of unique to digital art. Like I feel like I can't do this with the actual pencil, so. Okay, so I have gotten to a point with this where I am ready to do the line work, and I get a lot of questions about what brush I use for my line work. Again, it's a brush that I have customized a little bit. What I try to achieve with this brush is I want it to feel like a medium weight felt tip brush. So this is what I did. Rick Catlow, which his website is rickcat.com, made a free brush, definitely tip if you can. So when you import the brush, it'll add a new brush to your library, and you can see it has this really nice shape. It really has a lot of line variation, which is what I personally wanted to get rid of. So the main difference is gonna be in the Apple Pencil pressure size. We wanna take that down to like 14–15%. And then the other main change I made was to bring down the maximum size. The streamline amount was set to 6, whereas in mine, it's up to 68%. So that just gives me a little bit more stabilization. I'm going to make a new layer, and I'm just going to figure out my pen thickness that I want. And I'm just gonna start my line work. Another thing I should mention about my general line work process is I do try to close all of my shapes because I use the color dropper to color all of my illustrations. That way I can have a really quick coloring process. Right, so now I am done with all of the line work. I'm actually going to just go ahead and merge all of these layers. And now I have all of my line work on this one layer. Cool. I am very speedy when it comes to my coloring step. So what I do is I hit reference on this layer with my line work. And now when I go and use the color dropper tool on any layer, it is going to reference that line work and I get to color drop based off of that. So like if I go in at my cherry, I'm gonna color drop. You can drag it to be more picky or less picky about where you're dropping those colors. And then someone commented so nicely on one of my posts that you can hit that continue filling button and then just tap it on other things. And now like, I don't have to keep dragging it all the way from over there, which is what I was doing for so long. So if you're that commenter, you changed my life. Usually where I start with building my palette is like, put any of the colors that are like, I need this to be this certain color so that the illustration makes sense. I put those down first. So these are the two colors I have so far. I usually abide by one of two rules when it comes to picking colors. I either go with the opposites on the color wheel, or if I have 3 colors that I'm picking, then I usually will try to make them equally spread out on the color wheel as well. Another thing I sometimes will do is I'll just be like, I'm gonna do all warm colors and then like 1 pop of a cool color. For this, I am gonna want a green color in there. I think I wanna stay on the warm side of the green tones. Generally though, this palette right now I think needs something to cool it off. Okay, I could do some sort of like teal color to be opposite of the red. This is what I have so far. I don't really like it. I think I'm gonna fix the colors now. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, I'm at a point where I have all my colors and it's nice as is, but now is when we get to add all the fun stuff. So I'm gonna duplicate this layer, which has all of my line work on it. So this is my line work layer. I wanna just turn the reference off because I shouldn't need that anymore. And now I'm going to my adjustments tab and I am gonna hit chromatic aberration. And this is where I have the most fun. I set it to displace and I just move it. It's moved just a bit. And then I go into hue, saturation, and brightness, and I usually brighten it up quite a bit, and I sometimes will change the color too. So now I have this like blue layer. This is what it looks like with it versus without it. Very cool. And something I've been doing a lot lately is I change the mode to add. And this gives a very different effect than just the normal layer. And I think I like it better. So then I usually will go back in and adjust things once I have it set to add. Let's add my favorite part, the part that makes it the coolest, my overlays. They are from AYOOO Smiles on itch.io, and it is called RISO Textures. I will link them down below. They were $5. So I go into insert a file. This is my RISO Textures, and I will just pick one and I just size it to my canvas. And then I just change it to an overlay layer. And I usually will adjust this a little bit. And then usually what I end up doing after I add that is I will go in and like resaturate my colors a little bit, because basically this is adding white to my image. So sometimes I want to go back in and readjust those colors after the fact so that things aren't looking too light. I took the RISO off just so I can show you, but sometimes I will go in with a clipping mask and this Max U Fine Grain Spray Brush. I will just go in and do some light gradients. And the easiest way for me to find the color to do this with is I just set a layer to multiply, and I will just like go over. Yeah, it just gives a little bit of like dimension to my work. Sometimes I will also do it with like not quite the same color. It's like, let's see what happens if I do it with this brighter yellow. Ooh, yeah, see, that's just very cool. I like it. So the bummer thing with this brush is that you would need to buy the entire Max pack to get this one brush, and then there's one other brush from this pack that I use, which is the Pastel Natural. It's really just like a nice colored pencil vibe, so you definitely can find an alternate brush for this, but it's a fun way for me to like add little doodles. Yeah, basically then I would put my risograph layer back on and bam. That's kind of what I do. That's kind of it. I'll pop up some like other recent things I've made using these techniques in case you want to see what the possibilities are. Hopefully you like this video. And if you want to watch more like random content, I just made a giant decluttering video. It was very awesome. I'm excited to be making more art related content too. If you have questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Hopefully we can help each other down there. Help out your fellow art soldier, if you will. And yeah, I appreciate you watching until the end so much. Remember, you are awesome and you rock. And until next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye. Uh-oh, I'm in my spinny chair. Should I see how fast I can spin? Whoa. That was kind of fast. Okay. Bye.